Okay, here we have an example of how to use the if statement. And in the previous example for the table, I used the word if, but I kind of meant it more in, I guess, colloquial speech, not as XSLT programming speech. Here we are actually going to look at the if command and see how it operates. Same XML file again, different reference file name, but same files before. So here the big difference is again we have our table that we're going to build out. We have our for each command, same for each XPath expression, but here we're going to do our first table row, and we're going to essentially see if the value of or excuse me, we're going to do a value of select. We're going to grab the language attribute, and if it's equal to English, if, again, when I say is it equal to English, this is not the if command. We're just seeing is it equal to English. If it is, we're going to print it out. The next one, what we're going to do, so that's just like before, it just prints out the value of name, prints out that value if the attribute is set equal to English, the attribute language, that is. The next one is where we actually see the XSLF if command. Wow, that's a mouthful. We're going to see how to use if. So here's what we do. We do test, and we're actually testing, is this name element that holds the attribute language, is it not equal to English? And if that is true, if we actually have an attribute there, language, that's equal to something else besides English, like Greek, German, whatever, if it's there, we're going to print it. So we're actually going to print the value of name inside these parentheses. If it's not, we're going to just skip it. Nothing happens with this if command. It's not an either or. It's just if it's true, or not true in this case, then do something. If it's not there, if the case is not true on some level, whether you're using an equal to or a not command, not equal to, if it's not true, then you're going to skip it and just move on and do like what we did before, which is print location and print the height, the values of both those elements. So let's take a look at it, and I think once we run it, it'll make a little bit more sense. So I'll just launch it in IE. We've got a lot of the same stuff here, but if you remember when we did the Great Pyramid of Giza, when we had underneath that, we had empty paren signs. We had an open and closed paren with nothing in it, because there was no, when we looked at the XML file for our second one, all there is just this name in English. There was no, I guess, Egyptian language for it, so it didn't print anything, but it still kept the open and closed paren sign that we have here in our old XSL, and we didn't want that. So one of the ways we clean that up was, we can just run it again, is to use this if command. So if there's no other language there to print the name of this wonder in, just skip it, and you can see it visually is a lot nicer, and it gives you a little bit more control over how you present your XML data. So that's pretty much it. It's if XSL colon if, and then there's the test, and then there's the test that you're looking for. The if command is always an open and closed recipe, if you will, and then inside is the thing that you're going to have it do if this condition is actually true and met. So that's the if command, the conditional if command.